Now that is how you play Ange ball. Absolutely amazing, that result for Tottenham Hotspur. Away at home in the Premier League at Old Trafford against Manchester United. 3-0. What an absolute impeccable result. One of the best results Ange Postecoglou has produced at this football club since he became manager last year. He has answered all of his critics, all of the haters. He's beaten a top side. And it is a top side, you can't argue. I know this is a poor Manchester United side, and like I've said in the title, we embarrassed them, but we have gone to an away ground in the Premier League and put on an absolute show. 3 goals, a clean sheet, and absolutely dominated. I am beyond ecstatic and so happy I can do this video and, sort of clap back at a few, people, rivals who have questioned Ange Postecoglou's tactics. And he's shown it. This game is proof in the pudding. I am absolutely buzzing. But before I go any further, if you are new to the Sunday Talk Spurs YouTube channel, get down below and like the video. Let me know in the comments, what did you make of that result? I mean, it was absolutely amazing, wasn't it? What an absolute statement that is. Putting Erik ten Hag in his place, the bald fraud. No offence if you're bald. None taken, hopefully. But yeah, get down below, like the video, comment what you thought, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well, because it'll let you know when I've gone live. But let's just look at the stats first of all. 24 shots from Tottenham, 10 on target, 62% possession. United, 11 shots, 2 on target, 38% possession. It was an absolute demolition job, wasn't it? It was from start to finish. Everyone on the pitch, bar maybe one player, had the game of their life. And what you got to remember, go all the way back to the beginning of the game, no Son. Son was injured. And we've gone there and put on a statement performance. I think if you had Son in that team, maybe would have been a bit more clinical, because, no offence to him, I thought the team had an okay game. I might as well get this bit out of the way. I thought he had an okay game, just couldn't finish his dinner, could he? Had 2 really good chances, but just could not put them away. And I just got sent a text, actually, in a group chat about our XG in that game, and I've got to bring it up. So, the XG Philosophy, who, amazing Twitter account, if you don't know them, go and have a look at them on X. Man United's XG was 0.98. Spurs' XG, 5.33. Now, if that is an Ange ball in full effect, I don't know what is. It was an absolute demolition job, as I said. And it was one of those games as well, in previous weeks, I've said in videos about Spurs not being able to take their chances when we're dominating in the game. But today, I mean, don't get me wrong, maybe in the first half we could have taken more of our chances, but we did early doors score a goal. And that was obviously Brennan Johnson, yet again, 4 goals in 4 games in, 2 in the Premier League, 1 in the Carabao/League Cup, and 1 in the Europa League. So, he's answering all his critics, getting in and amongst the goals. I think he had one of the fewest touches in that first half, but the most important touch is a goal. And Micky van de Ven, rolling back the years, reminded me of that Vertonghen run against Manchester United. Very similar, down that same side as well, where Vertonghen did the old Superman celebration. But Micky van de Ven, what a player he is. But I just liked the makeup of this team today. I think this is our strongest team going forward. I think Bentancur is very good in the 6. Both the centre-backs really good on their game. Vicario claiming stuff, which was really good. A lot better from corners today as well, which was very, very good. Both fullbacks were really good. Shane Madogi had to go off. I think he was a bit injured after having to come on for Dragosin at the weekend. But Jed Spence also looked good coming on. Maddison and Kulsevski, unbelievable. I think Maddison and Kulsevski are bringing the best out of each other. Dominic, Solanke, where have you been? Where have you been since Harry Kane? We have been crying out, doing that dirty work. A lot of people actually in my group chats on WhatsApp were saying about Dominic Solanke in the sense of, oh, I'm not sure. But he was just doing all that dirty work, dropping deep, breaking the play up, and got a vital goal, which I'll get onto in due course. Werner, he did okay, didn't he? But not amazing. And as I said, Johnson was really good as well. But obviously the big talking point from this game was the Bruno Fernandes red card. And was it a red card? I'm not so sure. I feel like he has slipped, and he has, his sort of leg is flailing towards James Maddison, who he has obviously made contact with. But is it a red card? It's hard to tell. You're going to have to let me know, as I say, in the comments down below. I'm not so sure. I feel like it is maybe a tad harsh, but it depends if that trailing leg is, deemed worthy enough of being reckless and clumsy and all that sort of stuff. So that did make the game easier. Obviously, the Tottenham Twitter admin joked in the week about this is how we play when a team goes down to 10 men, and stuff like that. But, Manchester United, they can't do it either. They just struggle, and we just walked over them. And then, obviously, at half-time, we come out, straight away, score a goal. Kulsevski, amazing interchange, and just a very clever flick over Andre Onana. Andre Onana, I thought, was probably United's best player, but United were just at 6s and 7s. Their midfield was terrible. I thought Garte was awful. Garnacho looked like the only attacker really opening and willing to do anything. And there was like a passage of play between like the 60th, 70th minute where the crowd sort of got a bit more energetic, and it just wasn't meant to be. I don't think there was a clear-cut chance for United, really. I mean, Garnacho did hit the post. Brennan Johnson also hit the post in the first half, I will say. But apart from that, I think we defended really well. Romero, Van de Ven putting their bodies on the line. Pedro Porro, kept the likes of Rashford quiet. Højlund, Xerxes. So very, very good. And then obviously Dominic Solanke with his third goal for Tottenham since arriving from Bournemouth. Really clever, actually. Bergvall whips in a corner. Sarr nods down. Solanke taps it home and just really wrapped it up. I think 3-0, actually quite generous on the United scoreline. But we just absolutely obliterated them. I thought the subs were clever from Ange today. Everything went the way for Spurs in a good way. Not in like some lucky way, but we deserved everything that came to us today. Away from home, Old Trafford, we know the history and the hoodoo around that. One of our best performances there since the 6-1 during COVID, but this obviously had a crowd. I just think you watch that and you look and you think, Erik ten Hag, it's just, when you compare United to Spurs, United have won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup in the last 2 years. Spurs obviously have not won a trophy since 2008-09. But what you have to sit back and look at the Spurs players, how they react to Ange Postecoglou. They're all pulling in the same direction. They all run through brick walls for him. Erik ten Hag is a team of individuals, and that's his team now. You look at that team, that's not a Mourinho team, that's not an Ollie team, it's not Fergie's team or whatever. That is Erik ten Hag team. And you could just, the polar opposites between us and United are absolutely drastic. They are going in a downward spiral. They really need a shake-up. I think, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some headlines this week about Ten Hag. Would really not shock me. But back to Tottenham and Ange Postecoglou. I think this shows how good Tottenham can be and how, don't get me wrong, I think this is a statement win for Ange and Tottenham. We needed this sort of win. Excuse me. But it was just to show that we can play this football against a top team. We can go away from home and play like this. Clean sheet, better performances from individuals. A lot of, and I've seen this in recent weeks, the individuals who were like lacking last season are turning corners. Kulsevski looks stronger. Maddison looks stronger. Brennan Johnson looks stronger. Solanke is a fantastic addition. Do you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where you're just like, it's all clicking, I think. And even the games where we've lost this season or struggled, there's been glimpses and moments, and that's why I just can't criticise Ange Postecoglou at the moment. I can see what he's trying to achieve, and today would be the perfect example. He'll probably be a half glass empty, I can imagine, being like, we should have had it wrapped up earlier. It should have been 5-0 according to the XG, but I think it's an absolutely fantastic result in, a tricky, couple of weeks, a couple of performances which were not good enough. But we've now won our last couple of games. We've beat Brentford in the Premier League. We obviously won in the Europa League and the League Cup as well. So I just think it's really, really important at these early stages of the season. These are very important games and you've got to win them. You've got to go and make a statement. And I think the rest of the Premier League clubs, the rivals, the pundits, the fans, will sit there and go, actually, Tottenham looked very, very good today and they could do something this season. We could be strong. We just got to do this more consistently. I think we can be more consistent. And this result is us pulling in the right direction. I think we are finally clicking. But I'm absolutely ecstatic. You're going to have to let me know what you thought of the results in the comments down below. But yeah, that's all my opinions of it. Very, very excited, as you could probably tell. Buzzing, in fact. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, comment as I said, subscribe, hit the notification bell, let you know when I've gone live. And until the next video, up the Spurs. Come on, lads.